Hey, welcome to another episode of Huddle Up with Mark, the Fun Coach. I'm Mark Duncan. On today's episode, I want to talk to you about establishing a donor ambassador program. So, what is a donor ambassador program? Before I start there, let me tell you what it's not, okay? It is not a development committee. If you have a development committee that is part of your process, it's part of what your board is focused on, this would be separate from that, because a development committee most of the time is charged with uh, all aspects of fundraising, especially the aspects that deal with events or day of giving events, those kinds of things, that sort of mass solicitation efforts with very little to no focus on relationship fundraising. Okay. So a donor ambassador program is something that you want to create to do a few things. Number one, you want to be able to leverage trusted relationships. So much like I talk about your full board being who you want to leverage relationships with, why not do this with your most loyal donors? Okay. And your most loyal donors who are giving in a significant way. The second would be to expand your reach as an organization. So the more major gift donors that you have, especially around the region, depending on what kind of organization you are, whether you are a national organization or a statewide organization or just an organization based in the community, you want to be able to use your donor ambassadors to expand your reach, expand the knowledge of who you are and what you do. And finally, the third thing is to be able to increase donor loyalty. So the more donors, major donors that you have that can help you find more major donors is only going to increase your philanthropic support and increase your donor loyalty. So what do you need to do to start and establish this donor ambassador program? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to identify potential ambassadors. So you want to look at your donors who have been giving to you in a significant way, your major donors, those who have been giving $1,000 or more, or whatever your organization deems as a major gift, right? So whatever the minimum number is, they're giving that or more. And it's also based on relationships. So you may have people who are giving you $1,000 or more, but it's transactional, right? They may be responding to an email solicitation, a direct mail solicitation. So you may consider them a major donor, but are they a donor based on a relationship they have with you? So make sure the relationship is there, it's solid, and is something that you can leverage to be able to identify more people who have capacity to give at that level. The second thing you'll want to do is to define the ambassador's roles and expectations. So you don't want to just have this group be a group of party planners for their wealthy friends. Certainly that will be something that you'll want to include, but you want to establish clear roles, clear expectations, clear goals, right? So as a group of ambassadors, your objective could be to increase the number of major gift donors by X amount or by X percentage. Okay. And then you work from there to develop a strategy for how you can do that. Now, I have mentioned in previous videos 3 ways that you can create warm handoffs. I won't get into the details here. You can go back and watch previous videos where I talk about that. But those 3 things that you can do to create warm handoffs so that you can introduce people who have link, interest, and ability to the executive director, which could be you or the director of development. And so now this ambassador group, this larger group, now can go out and connect you with people either through email introduction, through tag team coffees, or through home gatherings. I've talked about home gatherings before. You can go back and watch previous videos as to how impactful those are. Okay. But you want to have clear expectations, clear guidelines, clear goals and roles for each of these people who are in your donor ambassador program. This is the only way it's going to be effective if you have clear guidelines and clear goals and timelines as well. How many home gatherings do you want to host each year? Who's going to host those home gatherings? Timing of those home gatherings, because you're only one person as the executive director and you're going to be attending all of these home gatherings. And so you want to make sure that your plate is clear enough to be able to engage in this. So you've got to play a role in managing this, but making sure that the expectations and roles are very, very clear. Number three, you're going to want to develop a recruitment strategy. Okay. How are you going to recruit these people to be part of your donor ambassador program? Well, obviously, you've got major donors, your existing major donors. You already have relationships with them. And so, as you're thinking about who may be good to serve on this, think about your most passionate, your most enthusiastic donors, especially your major donors. Think about who that might be. Think about those people who may be out there talking wonderfully about your organization anyway. Those are the folks that you want. That is a criteria you want to establish. And you also want to make sure that this person has a strong network, right? So they themselves may have capacity 9 times out of 10. They know others that do too, but you want to be able to ensure that. And you also want to set a goal for how many people you want to have on this as part of this program before you get started. You may want to just start with 5 people and then work your way up to 7, 9, and so on. You want to make sure that it's manageable for you, but this ambassador program is designed to introduce you to people that they know so that you can build relationships with them that will lead to gifts. Number 4, you want to provide some sort of training for these members of the ambassador program. So this could be an annual training that you do for all new ambassadors, and even a refresher for existing ambassadors. But to start out, I would do some sort of orientation for them, making sure you're explaining to them what those roles and expectations are so that they can be as effective as you know they can be. It's very easy to find those people that are enthusiastic, but now how do you channel that enthusiasm so that they can be effective, right? So making sure that they know who to talk to, know what to look for, know how to introduce them to you through those 3 ways that I just talked about. And also, how do you measure success, right? You want to make sure that you are keeping them focused on a goal, because there's nothing better than having a goal where the group crosses the finish line and meets and or exceeds that goal of growing philanthropy, either through new major gift donors, which is exactly the primary focus here, but there also could be a dollar goal associated with this as well. So these are things that you want to establish, and then you want to be able to conduct a training or an orientation to make sure that they are clear on what the expectations are. And it gives them an opportunity to ask questions. It gives them an opportunity to also get to know each other as part of the donor ambassador program. And then number 5, you want to create a process to acknowledge the work each ambassador is doing. Everyone loves to be praised for the good work that they do. This is an opportunity for you as the executive director, the nonprofit leader, to express your gratitude to the members of the donor ambassador program. So you could probably have something like the most number of, or the most new major donors acquired were because of a particular person in the group, right? Maybe they hosted 2 or 3 home gatherings that year. And so they were able to introduce you to as many as 30 or 40 new potential major donors who meet the criteria of link, interest, and ability. Okay. So having some sort of process where your members of the donor advisor, or I'm sorry, the members of the donor ambassador program are being recognized for the good work that they do. You don't need to make it competitive, but you do want to acknowledge the work that they're doing, because you're asking people to volunteer their time to help you raise more money. And so think of ways that you can recognize those members for the work that they're doing to help you grow your philanthropy. So those are the steps for establishing a donor ambassador program. One of the things I will probably be doing is creating a guide for you to have, so that you can have in front of you everything that you need to get this started. So again, this program is not the development committee. It's not obviously your whole board. This is a program that is designed for you to leverage those major donors, bringing them together to create this donor ambassador program that is designed to consistently grow your philanthropic support through major gifts, through new major donors that they help you get. Okay. So I hope this was helpful to you. As always, this whole fundraising thing is not about the dollars. It's about what the dollars do for the people that you serve. If you have any questions, feel free to go to the links below. You can subscribe to this video series if you are not seeing this in your inbox and you're only finding it on YouTube. Then go ahead and subscribe, and you will get this in your inbox shortly after it's recorded, as opposed to waiting to see it when it is made public. Secondly, if you're interested in chatting with me, you can schedule a complimentary coaching session with me, also in the link below, or you can go to my website, thefundcoach.com. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a green button. You can schedule a session there. All right. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.